So is it a no-brainer that you have to do the cardio? Is it better to do it before working out and working the muscles prior to the workout? And is it a no-no if you do it afterward?
Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Bowie, and known on the street as Dr. Active. And I'm here with my sidekick, Dustin, and he has a lot of questions that he got from our online community, and he's going to ask them. And some of them will be from his own experience.
They are, and this particular question, or it's more so from some friends that I have, and even myself. Sometimes the best way that I can relate are from some firsthand experiences. So I tie this into the question a little bit, and I'm gonna put two things out there. So you have the person that goes to the gym every day, and they're more so looking to achieve, you know, the biceps and the big chest, and they're on the bench press, but they're not doing a lot of running. And that was me for a long time. I really didn't enjoy running, but I mean, I wanted to look as good as I could be. You know, if I take my shirt off, I wanted to look good. You know, it's kind of like the beach body workout.
There you go.
Correct. So I thought I looked as good as I could look, and then, you know, someone signed me up for a 5K, and I'm like, oh, sure, all right, yeah, I got this. I mean, come on, it's only what, 3 miles, 3.1
miles,
3.1 miles. I can hammer this. So, you know, I'm running and I died. I folded like an accordion in that 5K. So my concern, you know, I mean, where is, you know, I felt I was getting the cardio. I have people blowing by me that, you know, I felt I looked better physically than they did. I mean, there were people 25 years older than me that weren't breathing like I was.
And they look thin and flimsy, but they can hang on for that 5K.
Yeah, and I felt inferior.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't feel inferior because you have different muscle. You work on a different part of the muscle. These are anaerobic type of muscle, and the other people that are working on are the anaerobic function of their body. So there's, you know, you can't compare apple to orange, and that's the comparison you're trying to make. And there's two different type of exercise that people are working on, right? You're working on either aerobic, anaerobic, or a combination of both. For your health, it's probably a good idea if you do both. And what I see in a lot of runners myself is we don't spend enough time in the gym weight training. And I see a lot of people that are bodybuilders, they don't spend enough time out there working on aerobic exercises. So when they go out and run a 5K or anything more than a 5K, if they feel like they are dying. And so it's important to know the distinction between the two. And it's like they say, everything in moderation is the key. So yes, it's true. You look better when you go to the gym, spend time every day and sculpting your body, and it looks good. But there's the other aspect, which is the endurance, which is the aerobic exercise or workout as well. So we'll break it down to two parts, right? So the anaerobic that help to grow those big muscles, and you'll be stronger for a short period of time. So you can lift a heavy table, but you can't carry that table for a long distance. So that's power versus endurance is you can go a long distance and you maintain your heart rate, so you don't feel like your heart is gonna blow up inside your heart, inside your chest. So
I was breathing fire.
Yes, so that's a good question, and it's valid, and I think it's important for people that go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week and work on the aerobic component to spend at least 1 to 2 days working on the aerobic component as well. And the same thing with runners. All those guys that run 5 days a week, it's a good idea for them to spend a day or two in the weight room to work on muscle strength training as well. So what else do you want to know?
Well, here's another concern. I know a lot of people that do the bodybuilding. I mean, not even bodybuilding. They just want to work. They want to lift weights. Their concern is and for me, it's clear that I want to incorporate some type of endurance into my workouts now. Away from the actual strength training. So the myth is, if I do the cardio portion, which would be running in some type of form, whether it's on a treadmill or outside, after I'm done lifting weights, I'm going to burn the muscle I just built. Some people in the gym, that is what I'm hearing, okay? So is it a no-brainer that you have to do the cardio? Is it better to do it before working out and working the muscles prior to the workout? And is it a no-no if you do it afterwards?
That's a good segue into what I want to point out, which is the most important. The most important is functional movement. And as you get older, I think this is more and more important. Functional movement is allowed, you have to have the proper flexibility to move, to have a proper function. And this is why CrossFit is so popular out there right now. So CrossFit is not just bodybuilding, and it's not just aerobic, go out and run. CrossFit is functional movement. It teaches you how to move, how to carry things for a distance, not just building those muscle. And functional movement is what I call quality of life, right? Because you're really strong, you can lift the table up, but you can't carry yourself for a 5K. How good is that? Or what good is that? Versus functional movement is you are real life experience. You have to help your cousin move their house, right? So you're able to lift weight, you're able to do things, and to be active, and you don't get hurt. So the third component that we were talking about, anaerobic, aerobic exercises, and the third component is the flexibility. Mobility, flexibility allow mobility. So safety for you to perform. Either endurance type of exercise, aerobic, or anaerobic weight training, strength training. So those are the three components I think that is very important into a fitness program, that you have to have that flexibility, mobility, strength training, that building muscle, and the endurance, which is the aerobic exercise.